Why this time isn't different. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So this time, it's not going to be any different. I'm in reference to when you are considering going back and communicating with the narcissist. You see, every time you would, and you should know this if you did it, you would go back to the narcissist, it would get worse. It would never improve because the narcissist already knew which buttons to press. They already knew who you were. And they also knew that they were fooling you yet again. That's why once you get the wisdom, you have to apply the tools. And you have to go no contact and block that person. Until you do that, you will be trapped. You will be stuck. You'll be trying to figure out what happened and why that person keeps on trying to stay in your mind. Well, the truth of the matter is they are a narcissist, possibly even worse. And what these toxic people, these energy shapeshifters, what they want to do, dark energy if you will, they want to have access to certain people. And those people are people usually with high value. Now, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the beautiful, bright, shining light. I'm talking about empathy, authenticity, commitment, courage, resilience, transparency, all the things you possess and so many more. These are all the things the narcissist doesn't possess. And they wanted to steal them from you. And they wanted to use them, abuse them, stomp them out so you didn't have them. And then they wanted to discard you, wash, rinse, repeat, go off onto another target. And this is what the narcissist has been doing long before they met you. Truth be told, it's what they're doing right now. The thing that you need to remember is if you haven't gone no contact yet, you need to ask yourself why you haven't done it. Have you cut the 4 ties? And what are the 4 ties, you may ask? They are the emotional, the financial, the physical, and the spiritual tie. They all have to be cut. Not 2 of them, not 1 of them, not 3 of them. All 4 need to be severed, cut, and they need to never ever be explored again. Once you get the tentacles of the narcissist out from all around your energy, your aura, your existence, your soul, you need to leave them out. That's why I create videos every single day to pay it forward to help you out, to give you answers to questions that you've had for quite a long period of time, or to give you answers to questions that maybe even you haven't formulated yet. Any way you cut it, wherever you are in the journey, I was there or I am there. You see, at one point I was broken. At one point I was discarded. At one point I was left for dead. But I rose through the ashes like a phoenix. I dusted myself off by the bootstraps. I healed. I took my time. I practiced radical acceptance. I mastered stoicism. I understand energy extremely well. And what did I do when I was working on myself with doing all those things? I also understood what narcissism was inside and out. Once I wrapped my head around what the narcissist is capable of, and I'm referencing narcissists plural all over the planet, then I figured out rather quickly, wait, this is not what I signed up for. This relationship wasn't what I wanted. And the person that I was in the relationships, plural with, they knew exactly what they were doing. You see, a car ride here, a lunch there, a dinner date there, that turns into friendship. What friendship turn into? Friendship turns into immediate access. Immediate access turns into complacency. Complacency turns into the person, the narcissist, trying their best to learn more about you and steal everything out from underneath you. I've shared this again ad nauseum over the years in videos. Think about who you were before you met the narcissist. Maybe you like to go golfing. Maybe you like to go on long country road drives. Maybe you like to read books. Maybe you liked to travel. Who knows what you did, but you did certain things. Well, you meet the narcissist and most of those things went right out the window. Why, you may ask? Well, the reason why is because the narcissist didn't want you being yourself. They didn't want you enjoying your own time and your own experiences that you love so much. They wanted to mislead you and misdirect you down to a path that led to a dead end called Destructionsville. And that's where they dropped you off once they stole everything out from underneath you. The narcissist has been doing this since time began, and they will continue to do it as long as they have access to people. Once you wrap your head around the fact that you are one human being on this planet, as am I, and when you do your part as I've done my part, then there are 2 less people that the narcissist can attack, can approach, and can steal energy or time from. That's why I suggest virtually in every video to go no contact. That's why I'm asking you, have you done that yet? You need to ask yourself that question. Now again, if you're not ready to do it, it's fine. Just get ready to create, develop, and execute your exit plan. But understand, every second you're tethered to the narcissist, it's 1 second that Father Time is ticking by, and that 1 second you're not living your best life. You're living someone else's life. But going back to the example that I started sharing with you, who you were before you met the narcissist, you were a person full of positivity, full of promise of tomorrow, full of excitement about what will the next day bring. Well, the narcissist saw all of those things in you, and they said, wait a minute, this person doesn't even know what they have. I'm referencing you. They're an amazing human being, very attractive inside and outside. They have a good job, they're stable, they're on time, they're prompt, they're authentic, all these things. And then the narcissist said, wait a minute, I need to make sure I isolate this person from their support system, from their hobbies, and from their daily routines, because I need access to feed off of them. Now that's a disgusting thing for a human being to say, which is what I just said, but it's true. What does the narcissist do? They consume. What does the narcissist do? They discard. What does the narcissist do? They feed off of people. Now again, when I said those terms, feeding off of people, you may have been thinking, my gosh, that's like kind of like a zombie, or kind of like a horror movie, or something twisted from some suspense or thriller or action or drama or anything in between. Well, you would be right on all accounts. This is what the narcissist does. You see, they need people to do things for them that they can't do themselves, and they won't do themselves, and they have no interest in doing themselves. Think about, very basically, think about how much money you invested in that person you're considering. Yeah, you may have invested $100 up to a couple million, maybe even more, I can't tell you. But whatever it was a direct correlation contingent upon how much money you had in the bank at that time. Example, if you had $100 in the bank at the time you were with the narcissist, well, I can assure you that money went by the wayside. Add a zero, you had 1,000, that was gone. Add another zero, you had 10,000, well, the narcissist got their grubby little fingers all over that 10 grand. 100 grand, same thing, on and on and on. That's just one illustration of thousands I can come up with. You see, your experience with the narcissist was similar to mine, yet unique to yourself. You experienced the same things I experienced: gaslighting, stonewalling, the silent treatment, financial abuse, triangulation, my least favorite thing that these dark energy sources use. They did whatever they could do to continue to steal your energy and your time and your belief in yourself and humanity. Now, having said all those things, that's why I suggest to go no contact. Because if the narcissist chooses to rear their ugly head and try to approach you or interact with you, which you may consider a hoover or you may not, that's not a good thing. Because all it takes is for the narcissist to say a couple quick sentences, a couple quick lines or words, or try to play on your heartstrings from years gone by, or tell you something that they know that you'll believe or you will buy, as in purchase, because you're going to believe their sob story. Then that's all it takes. And then perhaps you start getting curious and wondering, well, maybe they're not that bad. Maybe it was just in my imagination. Maybe it was just in my mind. Maybe it was my fault. And this is what the narcissist is hoping you will be thinking. You see, the narcissist wants everyone to take responsibility and take all the blame. The narcissist won't take any blame. That's why once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you experience it, you should not want to experience it ever again, because these people get worse over time. They will never improve. They all become the aging narcissist. They all become more and more decrepit. They all become more and more entitled, and they all try their best to hang on the old glory days of what never even happened. I'll give you an example there. Maybe the person you're considering, they still tell war stories of when they were in high school, how they were the star cheerleader or the high school quarterback or whatever they were. They were or the valedictorian or the king or queen at the prom, whatever they were. Well, did they really have those titles? Possibly, probably not, but maybe, who knows? And it doesn't even matter. But what matters is they continue to try and tell those stories of 10, 20, 30, 70 years ago. See, they're still trying to sell people on who they once were. And that's the illusion. That's the crux. That's the mask of the narcissist. They want people stuck. They want people reeling. They want people doing things for them. And they want people on the hook. Picture, if you will, a fisherman. And I've used this example in the past too. A fisherman in the ocean. He or she has 10 fishing lines out there, independent fishing poles. Psh, throw it out there in the ocean. Well, they have 10 lines in the ocean. Say they get a bite on 2 of those fishing lines and they reel the fish in and it's nothing worth keeping for whatever reason. Well, what do? They unhook the fish, let it go back in the ocean. Then the other couple bites happen, the same thing. Well, then finally they get a bite on the 9th pole, whatever it is, and that's the fish they were looking for. Using that example, and that's the keeper per se, and maybe they take a picture and let it back in the ocean. I hope that's what they do, whatever, but that's what the fisherman does for the example. But that's what the narcissist does with human beings. You see, they have multiple fishing poles. in an ocean on this planet, a figurative ocean, searching, trying to lure somebody in, trying to set a trap and trying to see who will fall into it. And if the person who falls into it has any value at all, and it doesn't have to be money. Again, it can be time, it can be access, it can be being a person who they can steal energy from on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night for 5, 6, 7 hours at a time. It can be anything. As long as somebody has something that the narcissist lacks or needs, they will communicate with that person. And I'll give you another example, and then I'm gonna get ready to close the video. Think about this. When you were in the relationship with the narcissist, there were strange people that the narcissist would spend time with or hang out or engage with. And you can never quite figure out who those people were. Well, the narcissist would usually tell you things like these. Well, that's an old high school friend, or that's an old boyfriend, or an old girlfriend, or that's my sister's friend, or that's somebody who used to come into the business years ago. Or they would make it very vague, and then you would believe it. Why? Because you had no reason to believe otherwise. Well, those strange people, now that you know what narcissism is, they're not just strange people. They're toxic, they're enablers, they're flying monkeys. They are probably people equally as bad as the person you're considering, possibly even worse. They're low energy people. And you may say, well, wait, why did you paint all of those people as a low energy? Well, think about them. Those are people that are still tethered to the person that you were possibly married to. Think about what I'm sharing. Think about how unhealthy that is. And if you didn't know who they were, these people bubble up left, right, and center. This is why the narcissist moves so often. They don't just live in one place usually. Usually they get a house or an apartment, or they stay with you for a while, whatever. Then they leapfrog and couch surf somewhere else. Or they buy a house and they get there for a year or two, and then they want to relocate. The reason they want to relocate is because the place they were living, either they burned it out or it's not chock full of supply. Any way you cut it, the narcissist is on one mission on this planet. Search, capture, destroy. Wash, rinse, repeat. Yeah, 6 words, one mission. And that's what the narcissist did with me, and that's what they did with you. Now, when I say the word destroy, I didn't say completely obliterate. I said they try to destroy your life. And guess what? They try to destroy my life. But I'm here. I'm in the Carolinas creating a video. And wherever you are, hopefully you are in a great space. If you are, stay there. If you're not where you want to be, continue to work to get to where you want to be. Like right now, where I am is exactly where I want to be. And it's where I've earned to be. Because years ago I was trapped, but now I'm in the abundant mindset and the abundant physical location. And that's what I'll be doing for the rest of my life. Having said all those things, you need to understand that the narcissist doesn't care about you. They don't have your best interest at heart. They are shapeshifters. They are dark energy. They misled you. They misdirected you. They controlled you. They stole from you. They probably cheated on you. I can assure you they lied to you. And they did not do anything other than feed off of you. Which is why the last part of the video I'll share right now. That's why this time can't be different. It won't be different. It will be more of the repetitive old narcissistic abusive cycle if you were to interact with somebody who you have formerly blocked, or you are considering blocking but you haven't done it yet. You see, you are changing, you are evolving, you are growing, you're ascending, you're elevating, just like I shared in yesterday's video. See these steps behind me? Stair 1, stair 2, stair 3, up and up. That's what you're doing. You're getting higher. As you're getting higher, the narcissist is still stuck here in this little hamster wheel of toxicity. You need to leave them in the rear view mirror. You need to close the chapter of the book on them once and for all. And you need to get the message that this time will never be different. If you think that communicating with a person who has broken your heart over and over and over again, or let you down over and over and over again, or never paid the money back that they borrowed over and over and over again, if you think they're going to miraculously change tomorrow, today, tonight, or in a month, you would be mistaken. They're not going to. All they're doing is grifting their way through life, slithering their way through life, capturing people's hearts, stealing people's time, energy, and money. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's what's happening all over this planet. And that's why I create videos to pay it forward, to let you know that, one more time, you were in a place that you had no business being. You were captured and trapped in the narcissistic fog. You're not there. You're out, or you're breaking out. Once you're out, you stay out. And you will see that everything I've shared with you for almost 6 years, not only is it accurate and true, and I'm living it, but you will be living it too. So many people have come back specifically in this calendar year that I have had one-on-one sessions with over the past 5 years. They've come back and checked in with me and said, hey, just want to let you know, you were right. Everything you've said has been true, and I'm not living an abundant life. I'm living the life that I couldn't even possibly fathom or imagine when you talked to me about it 1, 2, 3, 5 years ago. And this is what's happening. You see, when you plant positive seeds, when you plant seeds of belief, when you plant seeds of abundance, when you plant seeds of a life without toxicity, they take root. When they take root, just like that huge, beautiful oak tree behind me, they take root forever. So stay on the good side. Kick the narcissist to the curb and understand that wherever you are exactly A, where you're supposed to be, but B, if the narcissist is still swarming around you, they have to go. They have to go like yesterday. And if wherever you are right now is narcissistic or toxic free, then you've done it. A+. Very, very proud of you and very happy for you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. A couple quick things. One, understand something. This time will never be different with the narcissist. It won't. That's why so many people, after they've healed, they will consider going out dating again. And I'm referencing people in their 20s all the way up to over 100 years old. And I do mean that. And they'll be going on a date or talking with somebody or considering asking them out or whatever they will be doing. And they'll see certain signs that they've seen before when they were trapped and captured in the narcissistic relationship. And they will say, wait, I've seen that before. It's been a while, but I've seen it. And I'm not sure about this person, but, and then they see another red flag. And you know what they do these days? No mas. I am done. Lose my number. Want nothing to do with you. Now, did they say those words? No. But their actions speak volumes. Remember, your silence is empowering. Your silence speaks for you. And your silence sends a clear, succinct message to anybody that you want nothing to do with them if you choose to not communicate with them. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.